head of remote would be a good start. Process definition comes next. So you have to codify all of the things that are happening in your org. The true secret to this is making the implicit explicit. It is amazing how many organizations still operate based on siloed tribal knowledge that does not scale across time zones. And so solving that is the next piece of it. And then that bleeds into culture, connection, and belonging. But it's interesting that you mention this concept of what should we do? When I recognized in March of 2020 that the pandemic was going to massively change how we thought about work, I was at GitLab at the time, architecting the GitLab remote playbook. And the first piece of material, the first guide that I wrote, once I realized the pandemic was a thing, was not a guide on what to do, but instead a guide on what not to do. For people who are embracing this for the first time, it is actually much easier to wrap your head around things you should not do versus trying to get a PhD in an entirely new organizational model in the blink of an eye. So what do you not do? The first thing is don't copy and paste the office. The worst thing you could do is look at all of your recurring meetings that were in an office and just port all of them to Zoom. You don't think about who needs to be in this meeting. Does it need an agenda? That's the worst thing you could do. And a lot of companies definitely played the copy and paste game. And 3+ years into it, they're recognizing this doesn't feel great. It's like we might be working remotely, but we're not doing it the right way. We're not doing it with intention. And so if you're wrapping your head around this for the first time, I would first suggest look at what not to do, but then absolutely put somebody in charge of stewarding it, and documentation and defining process would be step 2.